Free-to-play. Every day it seems like there's a new entry in this controversial category. But which free-to-play games are actually worth your time? Let's find out. A spin-off of Titanfall that has arguably overtaken its predecessor, Apex Legends exploded onto the scene in 2019 and has continued to satisfy fans and newcomers alike with regular updates and new characters. The hero shooter has you squad up in teams of 3 to be the last one standing as the map shrinks to force confrontations. What makes Apex distinct are the titular legends, hero characters with their own carefully crafted power sets and abilities that makes finding your favorite a joy. Subsequent updates have regularly added new legends, limited time modes, a permanent arena mode, and more. A handful of legends are available for free, while the rest can be unlocked by earning in-game currency or spending real money. You can also spend real money on optional cosmetics, though limited time events also let you earn some special cosmetics for free. Brawlhalla is a fighting game in the style of Nintendo's Super Smash Bros. Series, as you and your opponents duke it out to knock each other out of the arena. Instead of a mashup of Nintendo stars though, Brawlhalla offers a roster of more than 60 playable original characters. On top of that, paid cosmetic items reskin the fighters to feature cameos from other series like Star Wars, the WWE, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Free players can find a selection of 9 characters that rotate weekly, and you can either earn in-game currency to purchase the full roster or pay a one-time real money fee. As the follow-up to one of the most popular ongoing first-person shooters of all time, Counter-Strike 2 had a legacy to live up to. It was effectively meant to replace the original Counter-Strike, as well as its semi-sequel, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Like the originals, CS2 pits teams against one another across a variety of objective-based modes. Unlike the previous games though, CS2 moved to the Source 2 engine to deliver a noticeable visual upgrade, performance improvements, and better server architecture. In addition to the visual flair, this upgrade also meant new versions of some of Counter-Strike's most popular maps. You can play for free with an optional Prime status upgrade to collect exclusive souvenir drops and weapon cases. The indie game inspired by the Netflix series Squid Game has a lo-fi look but captures the experience of competing in a series of children's games with fatal consequences. The cheeky description on Steam insists it's definitely not based on any online streaming pop culture Korean TV show, but let's be honest, you and dozens of other players progressively get eliminated from the game by playing competitions like Red Light Green Light until there's only one left standing. And while the Netflix show is grisly, Crab Game has a goofy, cartoonish look that makes it more silly than intense. It's free to play with optional cosmetic items like backpacks. When Warcraft 3 was modified to make an entirely new game called Defense of the Ancients, aka Dota, it spawned a whole genre. The MOBA genre has become a popular esport as professional players perfect their strategies of claiming lanes and encroaching on enemy territory while stopping their opponents from doing the same. It was a big risk when Valve brought on Dota maker IceFrog to develop Dota 2, with the intent of replacing the original, but the gamble has paid off beautifully, with a thriving competitive scene ever since. Dota 2 was one of the first games to move to the Source 2 engine, and it has gotten a steady stream of updates and promotional tie-ins. The full roster and items are free for all players, while there are paid cosmetics and an optional monthly subscription offering bonus features. The 400-pound gorilla of free-to-play games is Fortnite, which has become an absolute juggernaut with so many facets, it's hard to capture the full scope of the game. The core game is a battle royale shooter, which is offered both with and without a unique building element that helped define the game in its early days. But Epic has gone on to make Fortnite a platform for live events like concerts, and it started to integrate additional standalone games like a Rocket League branded racing game, Rock Band successor, and even a Lego-based sandbox game in the vein of Minecraft. You can try everything that Fortnite has to offer for free, or pay for optional cosmetic upgrades. A regularly rotating season pass is also available for purchase, which often offers cosmetics based on crossovers with other popular brands and characters from Star Wars, DC, Marvel Comics, WWE, and much more. This open-world action RPG was the first foray into the Hoyoverse. Genshin Impact was an impressive combination of Zelda-like exploration and traditional RPG elemental-based combat, with the ability to collect a huge array of anime-inspired characters. The massive world uses a variety of diverse cultural influences to create a living, breathing place with something to do around every corner. You can play and begin collecting its huge roster of characters for free, though it's worth noting that Genshin uses a gacha-style system with randomized drops. That means rarer loot and characters will often take lots of grinding or real money transactions, but as long as you're comfortable progressing at a slower pace, you can get by just fine for free. Guild Wars 2 took the successful foundation built by the first game and added some streamlined systems and a dynamic story system that responds to the player's actions. That made it stand out as a real challenger in the MMO space when it first launched in 2012, and its steady stream of updates has kept it thriving ever since. Right now, you can choose from 5 races and 9 professions and begin exploring the high fantasy setting of Tyria. After years of large-scale expansions, ArenaNet recently changed its release cadence to produce small updates more frequently. Guild Wars 2 allows you to play the base game with up to 2 character slots for free, though you'll have to pay to gain access to certain chat features, raids, daily bonuses, and other social elements. One of the more recent MMOs on this list, Lost Ark was one of the first titles published by Amazon Games. The game has a more contemporary setting than most high fantasy MMOs, which is reflected in some of its 6 classes. And while many MMOs rely on a system of hotkeys and managing cooldowns, Lost Ark is based around an active combat system that uses combos and chain attacks. You can start adventuring for free, and the game offers a variety of starter packs and boosts. Founded by several former Hearthstone developers, Marvel Snap is another take on the free-to-play CCG with simplified, digital-first gameplay hooks. You collect cards representing various heroes and villains from throughout the Marvel multiverse, and vie for control of 3 randomized locations. Simultaneous turns means matches are quick enough to fit into a coffee shop line, and an inventive betting and bluffing mechanic lets you snap on your opponent to double your potential ranked rewards. You can start collecting heroes and villains for free, and a monthly season pass gives you a card to match the season's theme, cosmetic rewards, and in-game currency. New MOBAs may not be popping up every other day like they once did, but they remain extremely popular, and Smite demonstrates why. Taking a genre usually played in an isometric format and shifting the camera to third person provides a more intimate and intense way to get into the action, while also making it play perfectly well with a controller. The push and pull gameplay loop and strategic considerations in teamwork make for a consistently engaging game. Its myriad game modes provide both the standard 3-lane MOBA structures, as well as alternatives that focus more on action, while its extensive array of playable gods offers a huge amount of variety in how you play each match. A promising looking sequel, Smite 2, is on the way, but the original game still provides a compelling and more approachable than average MOBA experience. Smite limits your access to gods initially, although additional ones can be unlocked through gameplay or by purchasing them with real-world money. There are also a ton of skins and cosmetics to purchase, though you can unlock some of those without paying too. Despite its age, Team Fortress 2 remains among the best and funniest shooters you can play today. The dynamic between its 9 distinct classes has provided it with such legs, you'll have a wildly different time playing as the fast-moving, double-jumping scout than you will the lumbering, minigun-wielding heavy. A variety of modes, maps, seasonal events, and delightful cosmetics make for a joyous game, and if you only ever played TF2 in its early days, or on console which never received key updates, you're in for a dramatically expanded game as the loadout system and different weapon options for each class provide a ton of additional dynamism. TF2's paid elements primarily revolve around cosmetics. Free accounts do have stricter limits on the number of items they can hold and blueprints you can use to craft, but those are removed by making any purchase, and odds are if you like the game, you'll want to grab a sick hat. Like the previous entries in the series, The Sims 4 is all about creating and managing the daily lives of your Sims as they go to work, relax at home, find love, explore hobbies, and more. The Sims 4 introduced more robust building tools for their homes, along with deeper emotion and personality systems for the Sims themselves. The Sims 4 had already garnered a dedicated fanbase by 2022, when EA switched to a free-to-play model. Under the new model, the base game is free to download, and it's supported through the various add-on packs and expansions that had been added over the years, along with new ones still being released at a regular pace. A new Sims game is in development now, but in the meantime, The Sims 4 is in a very good place, with countless ways to customize your characters and experiment with their virtual lives. One of the most distinctive free-to-play games on this list, Warframe is an action-oriented, third-person game with parkour platforming and stealth elements. As a member of an ancient race of warriors, you customize and pilot a biomechanical combat armor called a Warframe to fight a variety of alien races bent on destruction. This gains you levels that you can use on mods and other improvements to your Warframe to take on more complex missions. At times, Warframe resembles more of a fast-paced action game than a free-to-play MMO, which goes to show the flexibility of the genre. And while you can play and earn everything for free, you can also pay for boosts or level skips to advance your progress faster. As opposed to the fantasy and sci-fi settings of many games, War Thunder goes for hyper-realism, and its community is known for taking it seriously. The vehicular combat game features actual vehicles from World War I, II, the Vietnam War, and other recent conflicts. It utilizes tanks, ships, aircraft, and more from the United States, Britain, Japan, Germany, France, and many more, representing them with a meticulous level of precise detail. It's so realistic, in fact, that the US Army tank crews used it for training during the COVID-19 pandemic. All that makes it very sim-like, but for fans of actual military hardware, it's hard to find a better playable museum. You can play for free and earn in-game currency to unlock most of the vehicles in the game, though some premium vehicles are only available for purchase with real money. And those are the free-to-play games worth your time. Let us know your favorite in the comment. Let us know if your favorite didn't make our list. And for everything free-to-play and more, stay right here on GameSpot.